good evening, and another night where I can't sleep. It could be something to do with my cold this time, or possibly the energies, you know, this path. I'm used to it now. I know how it goes. Yeah, but I do know that the angels want to get a message to us also. And let's see what we've got to say. You know, as I've spoken about the spiritual awakening, this path can keep you awake at night time, you know. The sleeping habits can change, and yeah, there's a lot that changes on this path once you start waking up. Yeah, let's see what the angels have to say. Excuse me. And that was the card that I thought was going to come out. Supported, protected, loved and encouraged. Angels are watching over you. Yeah, and what did I just say? Let's see what the angels have to say. And out of all, you know, this is an angel deck, oracle deck, but there's other things that's in this deck also. You know, there's angels, obviously, because it's the angels and auras, but there's you know, there's like this card, time to go. You know, there's transformation cards also, but as I was saying, what do the angels want to say? You know, and I saw this card in between these cards. I thought this was the card that was going to come out, and the angels just want us to know they are watching over us at all times. I'm just going to turn my pan off by just boiling some hot milk. Yeah, and you know, they want us to know that we are loved, we are encouraged, we are protected, and we are supported. Yeah, we are all of that, you know. The angels are constantly watching over us, you know. So in times of worry and you can't sleep and you are stressed like this lady here, call on your angels. You know, and they'll guide you. That's what they do. That's what they're here for. Yeah, so let's see what else the angels have to say. More messages, please. Angels. So Ariel came out, and he's the colour gold, and it's passion, epiphany, entrepreneur and driven. So, you know, if you are awake, you could possibly be an entrepreneur that's you know, finding it hard to sleep, especially when you're on the spiritual awakening path, you know, because I can't speak for others, but personally for me, I have all this creative energy coming through me and downloads constantly from, you know, my spirit guides, where they're guiding me, you know, on this entrepreneur path of mine. So all this information is always downloading, you know, through me, even when I sleep, possibly more when I sleep. But, you know, first thing when I wake up, the downloads come straight through, and it's when I come online and I channel, you know. So, yeah, possibly. Is there someone out there that's been kept awake by, you know, business ideas and worry about business is what I'm going through. The angels say we are watching over you. asked Ariel to come in and to guide you. You know, he's come through for a reason. Someone needs to hear this, they're saying. It will reach who it needs to reach. So, any more angel messages? Yes. Wishes, goals, dreams, accomplishment. Somewhere over the rainbow. So if you've been following me, you'll know that I've been channeling Dorothy's story, the Wizard of Oz, you know, the Yellow Brick Road. You know, that's about the rainbow, isn't it? Somewhere over the rainbow. Wishes, goals, dreams, accomplishment can come true. So someone worried that they can't reach their goals, you know, and the goals and the accomplishments, and is that keeping you awake? Call on Ariel. He's there to guide us, you know, with these things. He is the angel of passion, epiphany, entrepreneur, and being driven. Call on him. The angels are saying you can reach these goals. Every one of us can reach the end of our rainbow, and you know, that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, they say, don't they? Whatever that means to you, whether that's material wealth or just wealth and health, and you know, it can mean many things. But these wishes, these goals, these dreams, this accomplishment is well within our grasp, the angels are saying. There's nothing that we can't do. Nothing. We are unlimited beings, you know. We are very powerful, magical beings. There's nothing that can stop us from reaching, you know, our rainbow. In the end of that rainbow, the accomplishments. Nothing. Any more angel cards? Just see any more angel messages. Any more angel messages? Any more? Yeah, that's it for the angels. Knew the angels was coming through there. They was coming through earlier before I went upstairs to have my bath and go to bed. But during the bath time, there was, yes, guiding me to get my angel cards out. So somebody needs to hear this message, or many needs to hear this message. They're saying, you can have your rainbow. Every one of us can have this rainbow. Everyone. We just have to, you know, call in our angels. They're always watching over us and protecting us and supporting us. You know, that they'll call in Ariel and he will guide us, you know, guide us every step of the way on this journey. And we're seeing get a lot of positivism card. So let's have a look. So yeah, if you're on a spiritual awakening and you can't sleep, it's pretty normal for spiritual awakening, twin flame. Pretty normal. It's part of the process, part of the transformation we are going through. Many symptoms on the spiritual awakening path. Many. So many to count. I'll do a list one day and I'll post it in a written video, post, because there's so many. I mean, I've spoken about a few, but the list goes on and on. So, any cards for positivism? Ooh. these came out. So I release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. Wow, look at this card. How beautiful is that? Yeah, you know, on this journey, the process, the healing, the transformation, you do release energy that is blocking your inner vibration flow, you know. That's the process of this journey that we take. It's about raising our vibration, you know, and moving through the blocks, the chakra blocks, and that's when, you know, you start to heal and you start to come into, you know, your true vibration, you know, your true frequency, your high vibration. But first, yeah, you have to release that by transforming and healing. I'm just going to read a bit out of the book. Let's have a look. So, the flow of subtle energy within our body's energy channels is what sustains life and vitality. Yeah, just what I spoke of, the chakras. They are our you know, channel. So when it says here also, a blockage appears as a disease, discomfort, or just a sense of imbalance in the body. Yeah, so when you start working on your chakras and, you know, the energy channels, the nadis or meridians, then you start the energy, that prana, that chi flowing the right way. You know, you start unblocking any imbalance in the body, and that stagnation, you know, that's when we become, you know, healthier and, yeah, more physically, more emotionally, more mentally, more spiritually healthier, you know. So I'll just read a bit out of this book, but it says, the flow of subtle energy within our body, energy channels, is what sustains life and vitality. This energy, prana, chi, must flow through the energy channels, nadis or meridians, undisturbed, to be able to fuel the body's functions and mind. A blockage appears as a disease, discomfort, or just a sense of imbalance in the body. Any imbalance in the body starts on a subtle level and then starts affecting the system as a whole. A blockage or stagnation in the energy channels hinders the energy from flowing smoothly, and we can feel stuck. A physical or mental blockage can manifest as pain, discomfort, and recurring thoughts. When we become more aware of our energetic body, we also feel if there is a flow through our body or if we have a blockage. When our energy body is imbalanced and stagnant, this can manifest physically in many ways. For example, fatigue, pain, insomnia, indigestion, and inability to think clearly and create goals and visions. Yeah, well, this message all links, doesn't it? Because we're talking about that rainbow, reaching our goals, our visions, our you know, accomplishments. And this card, you know, they told me to go to the positivism deck, and this is all about releasing, you know, those imbalances in our body and getting that energy flowing, you know, in a more balanced state. Then that has a knock-on effect for our physical body, you know, and yeah, our mind also. You know, you can think more clearly when your blockages and that stagnation's been removed out of your body. You know, it's a knock-on effect. It all connects. You know, the emotional body connects to the physical to the mental to the spiritual. It's one big connected channel. You know, so when I started working on my chakras and the kundalini started to rise, that was clearing out blockages from my energy centers, and then clearer. Pretty soon, you know, my mind became clearer, more clarity came in. I started reaching for my wishes, my goals, my accomplishments. I started wanting this rainbow for myself, you know, because things was becoming more and more clearer. My physical health was improving, my mental state was improving. It was all connected. So yeah, They're saying to release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow completely. And then this card came out. When I heal, the world heals. Yeah, you know, if I wouldn't have took this journey myself to heal my emotional, my physical, my mental and my spiritual body, and you're talking, I've been on this journey about 20 years now. I got very, very ill, probably in my mid-20s. But from age 16, I did suffer with, you know, a traumatic experience happened to me at age 16, as well as my parents splitting up for the first time. So, you know, that affects you at such a young age. But also, there was a big loss at age 16 that occurred in my life, and I was involved in that experience. I was there when that loss happened. So that then had a knock-on effect, you know, for my health and my mental health. So yeah, when I started to heal, probably about 20 years ago, when I started to pick up on my yoga mat, you know, and work through my chakras, I started to heal what was, you know, blocking my energy body. And then with my knowledge that I've gained over, you know, 20 years now of self-healing and walking this path of self-healing, I then can help others heal. You know, this lady, she holds that in her hands, you know, and from this, for some reason I'm getting this plant grows, you know. So I planted the seed 20 years ago to heal myself, and from that, this plant grows, and you know, it's spreading out. So yeah, from healing, when I heal, the world heals. Yeah, and I've become a healer, which they're saying to me, you always have been a healer, but I had to heal and go on this long journey myself to understand, you know, I was this healer all along. These gifts was all inside of me all along. First I had to take this journey, just like that little bit road. I had to go through it myself so I can speak and guide others on this journey. So I'll just read a bit out of the book, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The emotions, energy and frequency we project create change. Not only are we affected by those around us, but we also have a collective web of energy binding us together. This way our own state reflects out into the world. We see this when major world events happen, affecting those we haven't met. When there is fear or anger, we can feel it in our own being. Yeah, you know, so we are all connected, every one of us. You know, we are not separate, they are saying. We are one. We are forever, you know, connected. So when committing to healing your emotions and doing the work to work your highest potential and path, you are not only serving yourself, but everyone and everything. Yeah, this journey for me, it's a long journey. It's been a journey of, you know, self-discovery, self-healing, pushing through obstacles to heal. You know, working on my chakras and working through the chakras and removing these blockages in the energy channels, the chakras, was very, very, very painful at parts. You know, you're working on deep layers of yourself, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and each layer goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But you know, if you'd have told me 20 years ago I would be helping others and guiding others on their spiritual path and channeling for angels and spirit guides, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, I wouldn't have believed it, you know, because Yes, I've always been caring, and helping others was part of my nature. It's just my makeup. But I needed to heal myself. You know, I needed to release that energy that was blocked inside of me so I could raise my vibration high enough so then I could heal, not heal others, but help and guide others, you know. So all the healing I've done for self, now I can share with the world, you know, and help others on their journey. I'm going to leave it there because that is just, yeah, you know, just all connects, all different decks, all different decks. But I've got my Mary Magdalene deck here also, so I brought that down for a reason. Just notice it at the corner of my eye, so we'll see what Mary Magdalene has to say, and then I will leave it there without a doubt. So yeah, you know, this journey of ours connects, everything connects. And just run this card. My true voice shall be heard through the women of this world once again, for I am and thou art too, Mary Magdalene. Yeah, I'm going to take that card. I've just split the deck, and also 111, portal 1111 in the year one. You know, a new 9-year cycle, and the year of the horse snake coming up. Yeah, can't make this, you know, can't make these channels up, can you? But yeah, my true voice shall be heard through the women of this world once again, for I am and thou art too, Mary Magdalene. Yeah, yeah, and there's women speaking, and also divine masculines speaking of Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, you know. Also the divine masculines are doing their thing, doing their part, you know. But yeah, there's many women speaking of the divine feminine energy rising, and the time is now, is all I keep getting. The time is now. And that message is that Mary Magdalene has returned, and she is returning through the voices, the women's voices, through me, through many others that speak of her teachings, you know. Yeah, she definitely has returned. And for I am and thou art too, we are all one. Just what I was saying, we are all the same. There is no separation. We are one. And I will leave it there because that is the card that wanted to come out. But yeah, you know, that the portal 111, the year of the snake, stepping into leadership, finding more clarity, shedding more of ourselves. If you didn't catch my video on shedding more of ourselves, it was a release video, and bringing in more clarity. That is the distance Reiki and the light language video that I released on the 111 portal, the 11th of January. So shall leave it there. I'm going to have my hot milk, and I am off to bed, and hopefully spirit will let me sleep. But by morning, after meditation also, so meditation as well, I want to talk about this just vaguely. Meditation also works through layers of us, our consciousness, our blocks, you know. So I notice I meditate every night, and I meditate every morning. Make that time for myself. And I also practice yoga and eat as healthy as I could possibly can, you know. All those things that I do for myself, they all help with healing, you know, naturally healing my emotional, my mental, my physical, my spiritual body. The meditation, unlayering, you know, consciousness, parts of ourselves. Yeah, that's, I wake up first thing in the morning and the downloads are flooding in. But also at night time, when you're trying to sleep, they will wake you up. So yeah, this path, you know, wow. If you'd have told me 20 years ago, or even when I was 16, when I went through that traumatic experience, I would be helping others and guiding others on their path, I wouldn't have believed it, you know. Not then, not that child in me. That I had to go into my inner child to heal my inner child. Yeah, I had to take this path the way exactly how it unfolded. It unfolds the way it's meant to. Yeah, I shall leave it there because that's it. That's all I wanted to say. The path unfolds the way it's meant to. You are exactly where you are meant to be at this time, you know. And I shall say good night, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.